Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are playing Slowbro, the water psychic slowpoke Pokemon, I guess you'd say. True to its name, it is indeed slow. And for base stats, what we've got for Slowbro, we've got 95 in HP, 75 in attack, 110 in defense, 30 in speed, pretty slow, 80 in special with a crit rate of 5.86%. Critical hits are not going to be too common on this Pokemon, but that is okay. We should still have a pretty good run here, I would say. Starting off, we get Confusion, Disable, and Headbutt, so Slowbro is actually not going to be one of those Pokemon that struggles here, which will be nice. They won't have any of that point deductions coming from Brock, so I think we can really get a solid run for Slowbro. So I'm extremely excited for that. I think we will have a great time here seeing what all it can do. We do have the dual typing, the water psychic type, so it does come with quite a few weaknesses. We do have weakness to electric, grass, bug, and that's it. I think actually was what just grass, electric. I think that's it. Yeah, so actually we don't have that many weaknesses, so pretty good defensively. And we have great, excellent access to moves here. We've got Body Slam, Bubble Beam, Ice Beam, Blizzard, Hyper Beam, Submission even, Earthquake, Fissure, Dig, Psychic, Mimic, Fire Blast, Thunder Wave, Tri-Attack, Surf. I mean, some really great coverage here from Slowbro. I don't think it will have any issues getting through the game. It's going to be super easy getting through this, and yeah, it's going to be an excellent one. So kind of getting started here. We are, what is it, 9? Well, this will be, no, we're about 10 days as this video goes live. 10 days into March Madness. That's actually crazy that I've been able to post a video every single day for the first 10 days of the month. It's been quite a challenge. It's more difficult than my typical 2 videos a week schedule. I'm kind of ready to get back to that because this has been quite a lot of work. I've had to do some sort of video editing or recording each and every day, but this is also giving me what I need to know going into December, later down in the year. I will try to have as many videos created as possible in the lead up to that month. That way I will be prepared. It won't be as hard on me during that time. I won't have to constantly be working on videos. I can have a good constant flow that does not keep me too busy with this, as I do have other stuff going on. Now, we did easily take out Brock. I didn't even commentate on it. There wasn't really much to say. I mean, what can Brock do when you have a special move? Really nothing. So we're gonna get a 33 out of 33 for Brock, just kind of glazing over that, talking about other things that, you know, aren't really pertaining to the gameplay. Well, it kind of does, but we're gonna make quick work of Brock really easy there. And yeah, so we're gonna make our way over to Misty. Now we will be able to get access to Body Slam because Confusion is going to be resisted by the Starmie. It's neutral on the Staryu, so we can use it there for some stab damage, but we'll use it wherever we need to use it. We can get Body Slam, so we're going to start getting access to stronger and better moves, so I'm looking really forward to that. This should be exciting. And I usually don't even show these fights. I think I was just kind of filling space here because, like, well, Slowbro's kind of going to run through the first 2 gyms without much problem. So anyway, we are finishing up in the tunnel. Got to take care of Jesse and James, and now we are going to head over and take it on Misty. Now, glazing over the fight. There's not really much to see here, so it's going to be as simple. We have Body Slam now, so we are going to be utilizing that to take care of both Staryu and Starmie. Now, Slowbro in this run going to be going second most of the time. It's got one of the worst speed stats in the game, so we can't really expect too much coming out of its speed here. So yeah, this is kind of what we're going to be looking at. But Slowbro is good defensively, and when we get access to Amnesia later in the game, we will be able to badge boost, really kind of make our stats a lot better. But we get access to Bubble Beam now that we've defeated Misty, so now we have a stab water move. That's really good to have on our set. So we've now got some water moves, we got psychic moves. We will be picking up psychic just shortly after defeating Surge, so that is going to be interesting. Now, next thing we have to do after this is just go and pick up the SS ticket, finish clearing out this route here. Sometimes what I like to do is depending on what growth rate the Pokemon is in, sometimes I can come and clear this out prior to taking on Misty. Just depends. Usually medium fast, medium slow. I usually don't have enough room with XP to do that, so that's usually not something I can do most times. So I usually do still have a few battles after I defeat Misty that I have to take care of before we come and get the SS ticket from Bill. Sometimes I'm thinking, I give myself so many of these items. I'm like, why don't I just give myself the SS ticket? Then I don't even have to go in that direction. Sometimes I don't really think about that, but hey, we're here. So we're going to head over to Vermilion City. Obviously got to take out the rocket and get back the Dig TM that he so stole. How rude of you to steal a Dig TM. Anyway, we'll get that back. And now it's time for Surge. The first time I think we could have a challenge here. Okay, we're up against the lone Raichu, but we are slower, remember. So it does actually have several chances to hit us with Thunderbolt. And I'm lowering the speed with Bubble Beam. Bubble Beam's my strongest attack. And Surge still manages to fumble this fight. It's really like, Surge, what are we doing? Now, if Slowbro is able to make it as a finalist, I think Slowbro would actually struggle quite a lot here against Surge. Just because, it's an electric type, it's going to be moving slower than all his electric types, and Surge is going to have good AI, so we're really not going to be able to just kind of do whatever we want there. And Surge is also not going to have just one Pokemon, and all his Pokemon will have electric type attacks, so it won't really be that simple. But anyway, we're going to come over back. We got to get our bike. We got to sell a few items. Sometimes the bag gets really cluttered and I need to get rid of some of it. And what I want to start doing too is actually utilizing the bike for faster overworld traversal. It actually is pretty good, actually. Now we are coming into Erica. I could have picked up Ice Beam, but I think Stab Psychic is going to be the better option here, especially against our poison types. And actually, funny enough, Slowbro is actually faster than these Pokemon, so Stab Psychic going to be more than enough to take care of Erica. Now we're going to go ahead and just hop right into Koga. He is at a major type advantage, so I don't think we're going to have any struggles here either. We're only outsped by the Venomoth, so that's actually pretty good as well. We're going to go ahead, and now that we have Amnesia, I didn't use it on the first one because it does have Sleep Powder, which is a grass type attack, and it would go for that. So I decided to just KO the first one and then go for Amnesia. Going to set that up a couple of times, and then we should be able to easily sweep. Now we don't get enough setup, and we also don't have the badge boost for speed. We don't get that until after we defeat Koga, but Leech Life not going to be really doing that much damage. Leech Life, it's a bug move. I think it gets better in later generations. I think they end up buffing it to some like 80 power, which is kind of insane, but it's not good in this generation, so we don't have to worry about that coming out of the Venomoth. So that takes care of Koga. And now with him out of the way, we've got 5 badges. We do have that speed badge boost, which will be pretty helpful for Slowbro. But now we got to make our way over to Saffron City, and we need to see how this rival battle is going to go. This is going to be a good indicator of what we can expect in the championship fight. I say championship, the champion fight. It's not really a championship. It kind of is, I guess, but it's not like you really win a trophy. You should get put into the Hall of Fame. But this will be a good benchmark because we are going to be significantly slower than Jolteon. I don't really think there's going to be any point, even with setting up max with as many badge boosts as possible. I don't think we're going to be able to outspeed the Jolteon. Perhaps if you use a combination of Amnesia and Withdrawal, potentially it could be possible, but I don't really see that happening currently in the time being. So let's see how this goes. Now, we should be able to easily set up with Amnesia. That's not going to be a problem. Go ahead and surf the Sand Slash. That would have actually been a good place to set up. Another good thing about Amnesia is that it raises our special, which is the type of attacking stat that Jolteon uses for its electric type attacks. So while we are weak to electric types and we are going to be slower than the Jolteon, we actually, until we level up, we were outspeeding. Buffing our special that much is actually going to help us tank those electric type attacks. Now, do have to keep in mind about leveling up mid-fight, because that does kind of mess up the whole thing there. But we'll worry about that when we get there. That fight didn't go too bad, but hey, there's more to come. Okay, we shouldn't struggle too much here. Flash does fail on the Abra and we get the one-hit KO. We are slower than all of her Pokemon. Kadabra chooses to go for Psywave, which is good because we don't have to worry about the accuracy drops. It goes for Recover and we finish it off with Body Slam. In comes Alakazam, and luckily for us, Alakazam does not have any accuracy lowering moves, and we do end up paralyzing it and taking it down with Body Slam. Straight into Blaine as well as Giovanni, as they both have type advantages against me. So this is just as easy as setting up Amnesia and sweeping with Surf. I mean, there's really not much else to say, which is kind of why I'm just rapid firing these off right back to back so that we can just cut out all the in between, because there really isn't much else to say. I mean, you're just going to sweep through. As you can see, one-shot everyone with Surf after setting up with Amnesia, right into Giovanni. Now we want to get the Doug Trio out of the way. I did set up Amnesia, but I should always keep in mind that Doug Trio can, and there it is. I should have went for Surf first turn instead of setting up Amnesia, because now I'm at -1 accuracy, which is a problem. As you can see, Persian going for the slashes, which do crit every turn. We hit Nidoqueen. That's going to be an easy one-shot. As long as we hit, they're going to be one-shots because we only set up with Amnesia once. So a slight mistake in our play, but honestly, I don't think it's going to make a big difference. Take out the Rhydon. Water and grass type moves are always going to do massive damage to any rock and ground type because they have a 4 times weakness. So yeah, there we have it. We have all 8 gym badges done. Now, Slowbro, when it comes to its score, we have 33. Just a quick recap, we have 33 out of 33 for Brock, 33 for Misty, 29 for Surge, 37 for Erica, 41 for Koga. Sabrina, we have 37. Blaine, we have 37. And Giovanni, we have 45. That's really great. We did not lose any points in the Pokemon League Challenge, which is a great thing to see. Now, we still have the Elite Four. Kind of looking at our matchups, I don't really see where we would have any struggles though. So just kind of thinking about it, Lorelei we should be able to handle with the use of Psychic type attacks. We can use Surf on the Jinx since it is a Psychic type and will resist our Psychic type attacks. We also have Body Slam if we needed it, but I don't think that would be a problem. Now we have set up in this fight, this is probably a better look at how things will go because Jolteon does have Thunder. I have set up to +6 with my Amnesia setup, but I have leveled up since I set up, so I'm not going to be outspeeding the Jolteon. And I'm only at 64 HP, which is kind of scary. Gets hits with a Thunder, but it only does about half of my 60 HP that I had remaining. So now we have gotten through that fight. I think it's going to be easy to do, but let's see how the Elite Four goes. Alright, right into Lorelei. First thing I like to do against Dugong, I like to try to bait the rest out so I can set up for free. So I go for Psychic, it goes for rest, and that gives me free turns to set up with Amnesia. So I'll set up twice, and I'll go ahead and start trying to see if I can sweep now. So I'm able to get through the Dugong and the Cloyster. Not too bad. Now I have Body Slam for the Slowbro. It's not going to do a lot of damage, but this is definitely the best way to go, considering the state that I'm in. I mean, Slowbro's not going to be able to do that much to me, so it's not really something I have to worry about. Now, I did switch over and go to Surf, but I'm not going to dodge Slowbro for this. I could just keep spamming Body Slam, in all honesty, but that's okay. This is what we're doing, and it's going to get us through Lorelei. Into Bruno, we have nothing to worry about when it comes to Bruno. This should be fairly easy. Surf on his Onyxes and Psychic on his fighting types. This is like the worst type for Bruno to go up against. It just really is. It's just absolutely awful. So, yep, this is going to be an easy sweep. It should also be an easy sweep on Agatha. I mean, she's got all poison types. I'm the Psychic type. Her ghost types don't have any moves that'll do super effective damage, and ghost type moves are incorrectly coded to not affect Psychic types whatsoever. So let's finish cleaning up Bruno here, right into Agatha. The only thing that's going to be annoying is the pesky Gengar who likes to use Mega Drain, Substitute, all that bull crap. Well, I did set up Amnesia. I probably should have just went for Psychic, because this thing also could have went for Substitute, but it's going to use good AI and just go for Mega Drain. We do get poisoned by the Golbat, and here we don't outspeed anything, and then we level up, so it's unfortunate, but with Slowbro, you're just going to expect to not outspeed everything. So, but you do still hit like a truck, so that is really good. That's always what you want. And yeah, that will take care of Agatha. Now, here we go into Lance. Now we can set up with Amnesia. Not really worried about Hyper Beam. Gyarados also has to recharge. I think we can just go ahead and start our sweep here at +4. Now we are going to level up here in just a second. Oh yeah, right after the Gyarados. So not a big deal though. We do have Ice Beam on our set to take care of the Dragon types. That's definitely going to help. Body Slam no longer going to be useful here, which is good. As you see, the Hyper Beam, even after critical hit, doesn't do too much. Surf the Aerodactyl and then Ice Beam to finish off the Dragonite. And that will finish off the Elite Four. We have perfect 45s on every member: Agatha, Lorelei, Bruno, and Lance. That is a perfect Elite Four split. Now, we have completed that. Slowbro, so far, we have a perfect score, and all we have left is the champion. So yes, this is extremely great results coming out of Slowbro, despite it having lackluster speed. Doesn't matter when you have great defenses, great attacking stats, it all makes up for it. So, last but not least, the final battle, the champion. And honestly, I don't think we're going to have any problems here. All we got to do is set up, and we'll be good from there. So let's see how this goes. Alright, we're going to set up on the Sand Slash. I think this is probably the best place to set up. We've got great defenses. We're not worried about him. Now, I've came into this fight as little XP as possible, so hopefully this holds out enough. It probably won't. I will probably level up before I get to Jolteon. I don't outspeed anyway, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. And honestly, at this point, I should be able to tank electric type attacks. Now, I do get seeded, and my accuracy is dropped by the Alakazam, unfortunately. So I don't think we're going to have a good time getting through this fight, especially if we're just going to miss. We're going to take lots of damage per turn, especially with Cloyster hitting a 5-turn critical hit Spike Cannon. So honestly, I think it's time to go ahead and reset. Let's try this one more time. I was really curious. I was like, why did Alakazam go for Kinesis of all moves? Like, it's just such a weird move to pick out of all the moves it has. But whatever, we set up to +6. As you see, we don't take very much damage from the Sand Slash whatsoever. But we don't have enough to outspeed the Alakazam either. But we don't get hit with Kinesis, so that's great. We can avoid the Leech Seed on Exeggutor by one-shotting it with Ice Beam. Then we can go in, we can one-shot the Cloyster with Psychic. We level up, we lose our speed boosts. That's okay. We can Surf on the Ninetales. It drops our defense. That raises us a little bit more. And then, so long as we can tank the attacks from Jolteon, we should be good. It goes for Thunder Wave, we go for Surf, and that finishes the job. Slowbro finishing the game at level 58. That's really, really good. So that's a 49 out of 49 for the champion. Now let's take a look at its bonus points. For coverage, we got 22 in coverage, -8 for weaknesses, +10 for resistances, +7 for finish level, and -7 for base stats in the water category. So those last two will cancel each other out. Slowbro is going to finish the game with a score of 545 out of 583 for a percentage of 93.48%. Really, really good. Let's look at the psychic type. Now for base stats here, Slowbro is still going to lose -7. So we're actually going to have the exact same score on the psychic type. So Slowbro is going to place right into the A tier for both the water and psychic types with the same score. Now let's take a look at all 151. We're going to get +10 in bonus stats. So that's going to give us a score of 548 out of 583 for a percentage score of 94% even. That'll put us right into the A tier, right behind Sandslash. So it's actually one of our better A tier performances. So yes, right at the front of the water typing, just right in the A tier, the front of the A tier for the psychic typing, and towards the front of the A tier for all 151 Pokemon. Most of the other water types kind of slotting their way, well, outside of Omastar and Gyarados, most of the rest of them slotting their way into the S tier. Next up on the list, we've got Mew, so stay tuned for that, and I will see you then.